And I think that shows a positive example to the next generations. I am proud of that. They are humble. They are good persons. That's
Rafael Nadal has always been a figure who speaks from experience. His words carry the weight of a career filled with hard-earned victories, grueling matches, and a fierce dedication to the sport. When he speaks about the future of tennis, it's impossible to ignore the passion and insight that he brings. And recently, Nadal has publicly declared his pride in one player in particular, a rising star from the Philippines, Alex Eala. His words have sent shockwaves through the tennis community. But they weren't just about her performance on the court. They were a testament to her character, her humility, and the values she brings to the game. Nadal's pride in Eala isn't just about her wins. It's about the person she is both on and off the court. When asked about her victory over Coco Gauff in the third round of the 2026 Indian Wells, Nadal didn't just praise her ability to defeat one of the sport's most talented young players. He focused on something deeper: her integrity, her respect for her opponents, and her maturity. Nadal, a champion who's seen it all, declared that he is proud of Eala, not just because of her game, but because of the kind of person she is. She is humble and respectful, he said, highlighting that these are the qualities tennis needs right now. It's a sentiment that resonates with anyone who has watched Eala grow into the player she is today. What makes Nadal's words even more powerful is the context in which they were said. Ayala's victory over Gauff wasn't the typical celebratory match we see when a top player triumphs. Gauff unfortunately had to retire mid-match due to an injury, and despite being in a winning position, Eala refused to take full credit for the victory. She expressed genuine concern for Gauff's well-being and made it clear that she would never want to win that way. This moment exemplified everything Nadal admires about her: her sense of sportsmanship, her empathy, and her respect for the game and her opponents. Even in the face of a major achievement, Ayala's humility shone through, a trait that Nadal knows will serve her well in her career. But Nadal didn't stop at praising Eala for her behavior on the court. He took it a step further, recognizing the role her family has played in shaping the person she is today. At the end of the day, anyone who does something good is in one way or another brought up by their family, Nadal remarked, acknowledging that the values Eala brings to the game are a reflection of her upbringing. This is a significant point. Nadal, who has known Eala for years through his academy, understands that the qualities that make her special go far beyond her athleticism. They're rooted in the way she was raised, the lessons she learned, and the humility she was taught. It's no wonder that Nadal has such high hopes for her future. He knows that she's not just a talented player, but a person who will bring positive change to the sport.
Tennis players there, and I think they're gonna keep helping this beautiful sport to grow and to engage fans.
Ayala's conduct both on and off the court has been a consistently shining example of what it means to be a true professional. Yet another illustration of her remarkable class emerged when Hailey Baptiste suffered an injury during a match against Eala. Rather than remaining solely focused on securing her victory, Eala immediately went to Baptiste's side, displaying genuine and heartfelt concern for her opponent's well-being. She even took the extraordinary step of urging her own fans to direct their cheers toward Baptiste as she made her way off the court, a spontaneous act of kindness and empathy that speaks immeasurable volumes about the kind of person Eala truly is. Following the conclusion of the match, Eala made it a point to publicly praise Baptiste and extend her warmest wishes for a swift and full recovery. In a sport where fierce rivalries can at times overshadow the deeply human side of competition, Ayala's actions stand as a powerful and moving reminder of what genuine sportsmanship truly looks like at its finest. It comes as little surprise, then, that fans across the globe have taken considerable notice of both Ayala's character and her exceptional talent. Her matches have evolved into some of the most eagerly anticipated events on the entire tennis calendar, and her recent appearance at Indian Wells proved to be nothing short of historic. The demand surrounding her match was so extraordinary that it generated the highest ticket sales ever recorded in the tournament's long and storied history. The clamor for seats reached such unprecedented heights that ticket prices surged to levels never before seen, culminating in a staggering $5 million in sales from a single match alone. This was by no means a coincidence or a fleeting moment of hype. It was a powerful and undeniable reflection of the extraordinary popularity Eala has cultivated, not solely on the strength of her victories on the court, but equally on account of the warmth, grace, and genuine humanity she extends to everyone around her, be it her devoted fans, her fellow competitors, or the wider tennis community as a whole.
They're humble. They are good persons. That's true.
As Eala's star continues its remarkable ascent, Nadal, who has been working closely with her behind the scenes for a number of years, has always known deep down that she possessed something truly extraordinary. He recognized it long before the rest of the world ever began to take notice. He saw the hunger, the humility, and the championship mentality within her, qualities that stirred memories of his own relentless and uncompromising approach to the game during the formative years of his legendary career. Nadal has always been fiercely protective of the young players who come through his academy, preferring to allow their results to do the talking rather than generating unnecessary hype or placing undue pressure on their developing shoulders. It is a philosophy he has adhered to consistently throughout his years as a mentor and coach. But with Eala, the situation is altogether different. Her rise has become simply too powerful and too undeniable to be kept quietly in the background. The world has taken notice, and there is no containing the wave of excitement that surrounds her name. Now that she is firmly making her presence felt on the grandest stages of professional tennis, Nadal has chosen to step forward into the spotlight himself. He is publicly and proudly endorsing her journey, making it unequivocally clear to anyone who will listen just how immensely proud he is of everything she has achieved. For a man of Nadal's stature and reputation to speak so openly and passionately about a young player is a statement in itself, and for Eala, it is perhaps the most powerful endorsement her rising career could ever receive.
And I think that shows a positive example to the next generations. I am proud.
In a world where the opinions of legends like Nadal command the highest level of respect, the future that lies ahead for Eala looks extraordinarily bright. Nadal has always exercised great care in ensuring that the young players under his guidance are never burdened with unnecessary pressure. But now that Eala has firmly established herself as a major force in the game, he is finally allowing the world to see what he has quietly known all along, that she carries within her the potential not only to succeed at the very highest levels of professional tennis, but to fundamentally change the sport for the better. Eala's journey is still in its earliest stages, yet it has already been adorned with breathtaking moments that beautifully showcase her talent, her heart, and her unwavering determination. Nadal's endorsement is not simply a celebration of her ability to win matches. It is an acknowledgement of everything she brings to the sport as a whole, her class, her sportsmanship, and her deep and genuine commitment to representing tennis in the most positive light imaginable. As Eala continues to leave her mark on the game, it becomes increasingly clear that tennis is in remarkably good hands with players of her caliber leading the way. The future of the sport has never looked more promising, and with a legend of Nadal's magnitude standing firmly behind her every step of the way, it is only a matter of time before her name becomes universally recognized in households far beyond the world of tennis. When all is said and done, it comes down to something beautifully simple: humility, respect, and talent in equal measure. It is difficult to argue with that combination. The tennis world is ready and eager to embrace the next generation of greatness, and Eala is proudly and powerfully leading that charge. With Rafael Nadal now openly and passionately speaking out in support of Alex Eala, her impact on the sport has become utterly undeniable. Nadal, a towering figure who has shaped and influenced the tennis world for well over 2 decades, has recognized the remarkable potential that Eala possesses, not merely as a player, but as a person of exceptional character and values. His words carry a significance that few others in the sport could match. By so sincerely praising her humility, her respect for others, and her wholehearted dedication to the game, Nadal has bestowed upon Eala the ultimate stamp of approval from one of the greatest tennis players the world has ever seen. Eala's rise is not only igniting inspiration in young players around the globe, but it is also reshaping the very conversation around what it means to be a champion in the modern era. With Nadal's endorsement firmly behind her, her name is becoming synonymous with the core values that have always made tennis such a uniquely beautiful and compelling sport: respect, passion, and integrity in their purest form. Her influence does not stop at the boundaries of the tennis court. It stretches far beyond, touching the hearts of fans, fellow players, and future generations who see in her a living example of what dedication and grace can achieve. Alex Eala is not simply a rising star in the world of tennis. She is a genuine force for positive change, and her extraordinary journey has only just begun. What are your thoughts on Rafael Nadal's endorsement of Alex Eala? Do you believe her rise signals the arrival of a new generation of players who will redefine the sport through humility and respect? How do you feel about the wider impact she is having both on and off the court, and how far do you believe she can ultimately go in her career? We would love to hear your thoughts. Share your opinions and join the conversation below.